You're listening to the Platte River Bard.
Hello, and welcome to the Platte River Bard. This is Chris Berger.
And I'm Sherry Berger.
And we are here at the Loft with Kevin Colbert and Mick Kovar. Thank you very much for talking with us this evening, and thanks for inviting us here to the Loft, Kevin.
Absolutely. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Now, of course, we are here to talk about your upcoming Christmas production, Christmas at Leon's. Mm-hmm. That is correct. Let me make sure I got that right. I've seen the title a billion times, and then I'm going to go to say it, and I'll mess it up. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, Christmas at Leon's. Now, the unique thing about this is that you two are the writers of this.
We are. Mm-hmm. We are. Mick and I, our families have known each other for quite a while. And I don't know, it all really happened organically. We would sit around and talk about some things. Well, Mick had a jukebox at his house.
Go figure.
Yeah. Mick has been in radio for years and years, and so this jukebox was there. And I don't know, we just started talking about different things.
Well, a lot of it started with a Husker game and some beverages.
That's true. That's true.
Like so many things in Nebraska start.
Yes.
Yeah. And we said, wouldn't it be cool if there was this jukebox that had special music in it, and certain songs in there had to help people, and it came with a hey, let's create this diner and set it in the middle of Nebraska in a snowstorm and bring in some people, and all the music that's in the jukebox is special music that once it's played, it helps them. Well, if they have a problem with a spouse or their relationship or their marriage is on the rocks, there's a song in there that
the jukebox has just the right music.
Yeah, always.
Yes.
Excellent.
And so then we figured, well, it has to get there somehow, and so we decided the Christmas Angel, and he places the music in the jukebox, and he has help, and well, that's how the story came, and it all revolves around Leon and the diner. People come in, they get helped by the angels that are there, who are the waitresses. We did a takeoff on Charlie's Angels.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Excellent.
Right. That's why it's Harold's Angels.
Harold's
and
Angels.
Yes, we steal as much of that as we possibly can.
It works.
Yes.
Yeah. And this year's production is different from, we've done this is the fourth time we've staged it.
Okay.
This one is different because the Angels have always been 3 females. This year we've got 2 females and a male.
That really throws a nice twist into it. Right?
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? Why can't it be? Why can't we gender bend some of these characters here a little bit? So we thought, well, what a perfect place to do it for the Angels, and so that's what we're doing, and so that's been fun. But everyone asked, I know at the very beginning, why Leon's? What's Leon's? Well, there's no any real big secret other than Leon's backwards is Noel.
Yeah, Noel.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
it.
like that.
That's all there is to
There
it.
you go.
That's all revealed at the end.
Yeah. Then that's the spoiler alert.
oh,
right
that's
there.
why.
Yeah. So they sit there the whole time. Why Leon's? And
Why
then at the very end of the
Leon's?
show, long way to go.
Christmas at Kevin's doesn't
You
have
wrote
the
a whole
same.
play just to tell us that?
So that's all it was. But when I remember the year that we worked on it, we first did it in 2010. Was the first time, and we set the diner up here, and we sold tickets to people that came up and ate in the diner.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the cast served them, and we got an opportunity to sit and tell them how the play evolved, how we got together and did it. I know throughout the year I was directing the shows for the season, and it was in December, and I would get an email from Mick occasionally going, okay, we're 5 months away. We don't have a story. And okay, we're 4 months away. We don't have a story.
Yeah. So I think it was like July, and I had like a week off from work, and so I just decided I'm going to sit down and I'm just going to start this thing and see where it goes. And that's where I came up with the rough draft.
Right.
And came here one evening and kind of went through it, and then you took it and ran with it from there. So.
Yeah, we started meeting about once a week or so for a while, and just talking about different characters and the characteristics of the characters, and he laid down a great story that gave me an opportunity to really go to town. It's like, as I sat there to write it, then it was one of those things that I don't know about writing. I don't know how writers feel, that kind of stuff. But it felt like it was writing itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's kind of like pushing a rock over the hill. It just
it really
went.
did. And it was like,
Nice
let's
when
go
that
here. Ooh, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's do this. And so that was a lot of fun. And I would go to Mick and say, all right, we need a song about Christmas Eve right here. Okay, good luck. and like in a day, the guy would come back with a really good song, and it was like, we need a lullaby here. Good luck.
That was the fun one, because it was like in the afternoon, you called me and said, we just need something, a little lullaby type thing. And that was like at 3:00 in the afternoon, and we had rehearsal probably 6:00 at night. I had it written and recorded by then.
Oh, wow.
Nightly we would come in with the cast and say, okay, here's the new Unit 12, here's the new Unit 13.
Yeah, a lot of trees gave their life for that.
Yes, I can't tell you the reams of paper that we went through. And I know as the days got shorter or closer to opening, and the cast was like, you're giving us new pages now?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah,
It's like,
now.
now.
Yeah,
now.
now.
But it's better now.
Yeah, it is. It's better now, and bless their hearts, they really worked on it, and up until, I don't know that we set the thing, even the past 4 times that we've done it, I'm still tinkering with it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're still tweaking a little bit here and there.
And I got to thinking about that too, and like I said, if you're a writer out there and you're listening to this going, oh my God, what does he know? He doesn't know anything about writing. But I go, that's a clunky feel to that line. It doesn't roll off the tongue as easily as I think it should.
Yeah.
And so it's a rearrangement of words. I don't change any of the ideas,
Right.
because I think those are solid. But it was a matter of doing that small tinkering.
Refining
with
the
it.
language.
Well,
here
and you
there.
told me the other night, which I thought was kind of an interesting aspect of it. We've done this 4 times now, and if you think a line or something wasn't funny or as funny,
Yeah.
don't overthink it.
Yeah,
because
don't
it was
overthink
really
it.
funny the first time we did it.
Right.
Whenever
Jokes-
you hear
Okay.
a joke 4 times in a row,
It becomes stale.
Yeah.
And so all of
Sure.
a sudden it's like, well, this isn't funny anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, but don't do that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they haven't seen it.
Right.
And even if they have, they don't remember it.
No.
And we videotaped the very first performance,
Yeah.
the first time we did it.
Yeah.
And one evening I counted just the audience, reactions to it, and there was 350 some, either a laugh or just something that the audience did.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that's pretty amazing.
That is.
I mean,
That's
that,
tough.
that
Yeah.
350 times it affected people.
And not very many of them were booze.
Not all of it,
That's right.
just at the end. No.
Most of it was cheering.
Yeah, it was all good.
Yeah. So yeah, there is that, and I think it was Simon or someone that said once you're done, be done.
Yeah, I've
put
heard
it out
that.
there.
Sure, yeah. Once you're done, be done.
Be done. So we want to be done, and we would like to see about some people if they're interested in doing this. It's a matter of talking, sending the script off to some of the play publishers and seeing if anybody goes, "Are you out of your mind?"
No.
Or,
I think it'd be a
this
good,
might- yeah.
I still say it'd be a good Hallmark movie.
Yeah, Hallmark, if you're listening.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yes.
Kevin, Colbert, Mick Kovar, give us a call. My people will meet with yours.
The plot has
We'll
to
do
be
lunch.
different. The plot
That's
has to be
funny.
different. Because all the Hallmark movies are the same. It's the same movie.
Yeah. Change the names, change the location.
Yeah,
do
yeah.
the same story.
It's the same story.
They're not always funny though. So he
True.
knows because I do watch them, but
That's true, yes.
they're not always funny.
True. Sometimes they are not funny at all.
No, even the
Sometimes
ones
they're
that
very
try
dramatic.
to be.
Yes. Even the ones that do try to be.
Well, they're very predictable, and that's what I like
Yeah.
about Christmas at Leon's is because all of the different characters in the show are all going through something completely different, and you really don't know where it's going for each of these people, but you want it to get fixed.
Yeah.
And they're not. And are their problems earth-shattering? Are they? No.
No, it's
but they're
day-to-day.
real problems.
Yeah.
there's a couple that moves a lot, and so their son never gets an opportunity to make friends. Well, that changes his life.
Right.
Yes,
You
it
know,
does.
and there's different scenes that came out of different things within our lives and the different people that we know and met. I got a letter one time after we did a show sent to me in regards to that particular production. It wasn't Leon's, it was another Christmas show. And,
Okay.
and the words that this person used in the letter were just hateful. I mean, she didn't like the show, okay, but
Okay.
oh my goodness. On and on and on. Well, I say she, and I don't really know that because whoever wrote it didn't have the spine to sign their name to it after they critiqued and went. But she started, they started talking about even individual characters and making comments on their appearances and things like that. And it's like, that's
Weird.
completely uncalled for.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just felt awful. You know, I felt awful, and the cast never saw it, never knew about it, and which is great. They didn't need to hear that.
No.
So I thought at the time, you know, the words that you say to people, the things that you do, can become hurtful, and this is something that we've really has been brought to the forefront
Right.
in history here just recently. So this show, it's as simple as that. Be kind to one another. You know, watch out what you say, because a word can change a life, and it can change it in an instant. Something said to someone, good, bad, whatever, it can change things, and that's virtually the spine of the play. A selfless act of hope and kindness for people can change a world. You know, and it really can start simply and easily, and that's where a lot of the stuff that bubbled up for me when I was writing it came from. It's like, you know what? That was terrible. Why? We can criticize things without being hurtful, you know? And so some of the scenes and some of the characters, that has a lot to do with it.
So, when did you actually write this? What year was it?
First, it was 2010.
2010.
Right? Yeah,
2010?
2010.
Okay.
Yeah, the summer of 2010. Yeah, and no, we didn't workshop it in in Philly, or sit down. We workshopped it in the shop.
Yeah.
And in the workshop.
Yeah, in the workshop. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was just a matter of getting together and chatting about it. And
I mean, like from the first time we were starting to get the idea, like it was after that football game, and we were throwing ideas back and forth, and then I start getting that musical brain going that I have, and it's kind of a weird thing, but I remember the first song I wrote, which is one of my favorites. Your daughter and my daughter sang it in the first show, the I Close My Eyes. 2:00 in the morning, I'm downstairs in my studio, and I'm doing this thing, and it just, like Kevin said, it just kind of worked. It just came together, and every song is a different genre.
we kind of like the idea of the different genre. We have island music, kind of a Caribbean feel to it.
Oh, cool.
We've got a power ballad. We've got the
Standard big band kind of
yeah.
sort of
We have a
song.
big band song, and the Disney ballad, the Disney
Yes.
classic.
Oh,
thing,
one,
the-
I Close My Eyes.
I Close My Eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
country.
Kevin even did a rap song.
Yeah,
Go
well-
figure.
Hey, all right.
Kevin's a rapper.
Let's be clear about this. We're not talking RAP. We're talking WRAP. That kind of it wrapped up the show, and so we use it. We use it that way.
Very good.
Yeah,
I like that.
A writer, I am not. that kind of stuff
It
is
works.
mixed, but
Oh,
it was a
man.
way to wrap up a few things of the loose ends, get
Sure.
things cut out. Because I mean, how long are we going to sit here and watch this show? 4 hours? Yeah, let's get it wrapped up. So that's what happened with that.
fun.
Yeah. But it was Mick did a great job with music. He was in the radio for a long time. Several albums that he's done. He did Christmas show or kids albums that
Right.
my daughter still has. Of the kids albums that he did, and great music. So it was fun to write with somebody who knew what he wanted the song to sound like, and he did all the instruments and
Right.
he played an entire symphony orchestra on all the tracks. Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So, So I don't see the pit open, so that means you have different instruments. For
No,
the show.
actually, it's all on tracks.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he's put, okay, so
Well-
he put everything together, and,
Right.
yeah.
And I suppose with COVID, it's just easier to
Works out easier
Yeah.
for this, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
For
You know,
sure.
even for the little musical we did this summer, we had a couple of different pianos, but we don't have to worry about that. He's got the music on tracks. We hit
Oh,
play
wow.
and then
Nice.
set up the monitors, and the cast sings to the recorded music. So, yeah, it works out good.
Fun. That'll be fun. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. It's good.
So you've written lots of songs before. This was not new.
Oh gosh, I mean, I was a jingle writer, which is kind of one of the characters
Oh,
in the
okay.
play as a
Okay.
jingle writer.
Cool.
So I
Yeah.
figure, last count, and I haven't written jingles in the last few years here because it's kind of an interesting situation. Nobody wants jingles anymore, but well over 2,000.
Oh my gosh.
I have jingles in 22 different states.
Oh, wow, that is incredible.
We used to have a salesperson that would go out to different states and bring them back, and I'd record them, so yeah.
Cool.
It's interesting how things get in your head. We were just in the car today, and we got in the car, and it blasted something for just a few seconds, and he turned it off. And 5 minutes later, I'm like, why is the song in my head? And then he turned the radio back on, and it was I'm like, oh, that's where it came from.
Yeah, it's interesting. Way back when, when I was I probably wrote 20 jingles a month for a while there. I would get
Yeah.
that done. Walking in a grocery store and hearing somebody whistling a car wash jingle that you wrote.
Yeah.
That's
How
a
cool.
rush.
Yeah,
That's a
how weird
rush.
is that?
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet it's hard though to keep it out of your head. I mean, I just
It did
think
at first, yeah. When I first started writing jingles, it's like I could not go to bed at night without singing, Larry's Ice Cream Shop. It was, and you do that all night long, But
Right.
but you kind of learn to shut that off after a while.
Yeah.
It is better after you sing a song that you've got in your head and or play it or whatever.
Yes.
Just to get it out of your system. That
Yes.
helps a little bit.
Yes, it does help.
Earworm, right? Is that what it is?
Yes,
Earworm.
indeed. Any big tweaks to Leon's this year? And with I saw some of the cast as they were leaving. It looks like you got a really great cast.
Yeah, and this has been different too, being how this is the first time that we've staged it. Let's see, is anyone here in this cast all four?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
No.
No four Pete's?
No.
I don't think so.
Your
No.
wife would have been close had she done it because she
three.
was in all three of them.
Well, now you're in
Yeah.
it this time,
I am.
Kevin. Have you not been in it all four times?
This would be two of the four. that
Oh,
I've done.
okay, just
Yeah.
two. Okay, okay.
And I will say, too, the gentleman who played our oldest character, Henry, was Tom Lucas. And Tom was in every reincarnation that we did. Tom passed this summer. And so
kinda
we're
tough.
dedicating the performances to our good buddy Tom, who would have certainly been Henry had he
Yeah.
been
Yep.
had he been able to, and he was a great guy.
He
So
was.
big shoes to fill. But it's really been interesting, as I said, with the Angels, just having a male in there front changes the dynamic
It
of
really
those.
does.
And we get different people to do different characters, and like, okay, this person has strength here that maybe the last time it was played by someone else, they didn't have that strength, or didn't have that take on the character. So it's been fun watching the differences between the characters. I have to restrain myself from going, no, this is how Mick did it before. I want you to be like Mick did, that
Yeah.
kind of thing, because I can't do that.
Just
Because-
tonight, watching from behind, a couple of for Eddie,
Right?
some of the things he did that Jamie didn't do.
Right. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just found myself laughing, and I knew what was coming.
Yeah, yeah. So that's been interesting to watch. We've had some characters that have been four different people the 4 different times that we've done it. So we've gotten to see all sorts of different takes. So so we know that maybe if it does ever get out there, we can feel comfortable in the fact that people should be able to read this, understand it, and be the characters. So that's good to know.
Neat.
Yeah.
Excellent. I would say that the set is coming along,
Well, we're getting there.
and it is quite big.
It is.
For like a non-summer musical, this is a heck of a set.
Well, you figure a busload of passengers has to be. We have to have room for all 4 of them, even
fit
for
everybody
4,
in.
8.
Yeah.
There's only 8 on the bus. It's a small bus.
It's a small. If they take the short
Little
bus to
minivans.
Leon's.
That should be the curtain call song. Take the short bus to Leon. I agree. So at one point, a lot of times there's probably about 13 people on the stage constantly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of having space for them. And when you've got the diner, you got to have tables and, of course, the counter. And,
Oh, no, it'll be cool.
And there's live performances here at Leon's, and so there's a little small stage.
Yeah, you got like a little...
There'll be a big Christmas tree in here, and
Fun.
yeah, there'll be all sorts. And, of course, the
that's pretty
jukebox
neat.
will be down there in the corner, so we got that as well.
Oh,
But,
great.
yeah, it hopefully when it's all done, it'll look good, sound good, be good.
So it is really a musical.
Yes, definitely.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, not just a
I
show
think I
with
was-
some songs.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I realized
No,
that.
there's a purpose to every song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Are there? I wouldn't say there's probably as much music as in a regular show. I mean, when you
Okay.
some of those musicals,
Yeah,
get 15, 16 tunes.
14.
True.
Yeah, we got 14. Yeah. So I guess we're close. Well, they could do 15 in an act.
I'll write one tonight.
Yeah, would you? Yeah.
Yeah, he'll whip that out.
Yeah.
Let's get that taken care
Yeah,
of.
because even Leon has a solo. About everybody has just a little solo of their own to sing, or there's a duet.
Okay.
The Angels, there's quartet. What's three?
That's a trio.
Thank you.
It's the writer saying that.
Let's see, three would be one more. A duet plus one is what that is.
That's what Google is for.
Yeah. So there's because even Leon has to learn something too, and there's a reason that he has to learn.
Okay.
So everybody, the song helps Leon. The songs help our people learn and grow as individuals and personalities, and it should help the audience. Just remind the audience to be kind,
Yeah.
especially now.
Yes.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Good message. I'm so jealous. Sherry gets to go see it,
Yes.
and she'll be seeing it. So when do you guys start here?
We open on Saturday, the 4th of December, and then we run for the next 3 weekends, and we close on the 19th. So it's Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that Thursday is a throwback Thursday. You can come and see the show. You can't make reservations for it. Just walk in the door. You can see the show for $10.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Otherwise, the show starts at 7 o'clock on Thursdays through Saturdays, 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Tickets, general admission tickets are $22. $22, yes,
Yeah.
to see it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and then that puts a wrap on the year.
Yeah.
And this is it for you until what do you go back up in April?
Yes.
Okay.
We start season number 46, I believe it is, in April. The first weeks of April will open up that season with Harvey.
Yes.
That's a great
Classic, yes.
Love
yes.
that
We're gonna
I love Harvey.
Harvey and the gang back on stage. We did it at the old theater years and
did
years
the
and
old
years
barn?
ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we're bringing Harvey back.
I've never seen it.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. That's so great that you have your season pretty much lined up right now, because you run on a different season schedule
Right.
than most. You run an actual fiscal
A calendar year. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. All because when we started and we were in the old barn over there with no heat or air conditioning, all we had was the summer. I mean, we couldn't do anything. We
Right.
had to be done by October because it's
Sure.
too cold to sit in there.
Yeah.
And we couldn't be out there until the weather got warm. So even now we can stretch it a little bit because we have climate control in our
Yes.
new facility.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
So we can start a little earlier and obviously go much later because we're into December. But we decided, you know what, there's no sense in us competing with everyone else the same with what they do on the school calendar, basically. So let's just stay with our
Yeah.
summer musical and keep our seasons that way. So what we try to do is, and COVID really got us on this one, but what we try to do in February is announce what we're going to do the next season.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what we hope to do. But things
Yeah.
have just been a little bit different here with the last couple years because
Yeah.
it's like, okay, we better see how many people are people ready to come back. What kind of production values should we have? Do we want to do things that cost a lot of money? Should we stay with smaller casts? Do we want to make sure the production values stay just a little bit lower? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that
sure.
if we don't get the crowds back, we don't overextend ourselves. So that's what we did this year. And because you were in the musical, we did a small casted musical with a smaller
musical.
production value to it.
Yeah.
And
One set, and that was it.
Yeah. And so a lot of our shows this year have been small and really great shows, I thought, for the year, and a great season. One of those seasons, really good. Too bad nobody saw them. That kind of, not that people didn't come, but it's just been harder this year.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
we're increasing the production value slightly next year, going a little bit more, hoping that people might be ready to come back with Harvey, and then after that we're doing a show called Visiting Mr. Green. It's about a gentleman who an older man walks in front of his car, and he gets accused of trying to run this guy down, but the judge says, here, I'll tell you what, you visit him once a week and as a community service, and we'll call it good. And so that's what they do. And it's a younger man and an older man, and so as they meet on a weekly basis, they're live totally different worlds, but they start to learn more about each other and the things that are much different in their lives and the things that are the same in their lives. And so it's a very interesting story. We'll follow that up with our musical Legally Blonde.
Excellent.
Will be for the summer, yeah. And after that, we'll do the Diary of Anne Frank. There's something a bit more challenging for us. That
That's
particular
in
show.
the director's choice spot.
It is, that choice after the musical. Yeah, right. And then we'll follow that up with our yearly farce, which is in the October slot, and that's Noises Off.
Oh,
Bring that
wow.
one back. Yeah.
Aha.
It's going to be big.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. We
remember
did that
one.
show as
Yeah.
well. Mick was in Noises Off way back at the
Start
old
getting
barn.
set building crew commitments now.
No kidding. No kidding. I know. We turned that whole thing around on a 12-foot stage last year, so I'm pretty sure we can do it on a 30-foot
Like a
stage.
Jenga.
Yeah,
game.
it was,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Wasn't that fun? Yeah. First time we did it, and we were about 4 nights from opening. It took us 45 minutes to change it.
Wow.
Yeah. And we thought, okay, well, we're in big trouble. It takes an entire act to turn the set around, but by the time we got to opening and we were doing the whole thing in 9 minutes. So yeah.
Everybody had their jobs,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if anybody messed up,
Yeah.
it
Which
made
seems like a
difference.
lot, but we changed it during intermission, and so. There is ones that we had to change during the show, but people would sit there and watch it, because it was just interesting to see how it was all done. And then we finish off a show actually that Mick and I have done as well. Every Christmas Story Ever Told and Then Some is what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 3-hander. It can be 3 guys, 3 gals, whatever you like. But Mick and I and a friend of ours, Jim, we did the show several years ago and had a lot of fun with it. So we're bringing that back to this particular stage. So it'll be a great season. There's lots of good shows and lots of good parts for all sorts of people. So I'm hoping I'm hoping the crowds are ready to come back and that we can get back to theater as we know it.
Wouldn't that be
Please.
nice?
Please.
Yep.
Well,
That would be nice.
well, if How Christmas Carol's going is any indication, everybody seems to be ready.
Good.
So,
Good.
yeah, boy, everybody's in a great mood, and it was full. So,
That's good.
That's awesome.
gosh, it's not. It's finally. I know. I was dreading what's going to happen. I'll look out there, and is it going to be like half empty, or what's going on? But no.
Well, that show's got such a great reputation as well.
It does, but
and-
gosh, you never. I mean, does everybody want to pack in?
I don't know.
Or,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're distancing. So.
Yeah, it's a bit, and that's what we've dealt with. We've had some distancing. We've had one side of the theater that we rope every other row off, and we have those people. Thank you. We weren't ready to sit shoulder to shoulder, but on the other half of the theater, we don't have that. You can sit shoulder to shoulder, and those people are. Thank you. We're so tired of having to sit socially.
See, I thought that was really clever of you
Yeah.
guys to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
was.
divided up the theater,
and it was half that whole year. We'll come back when we don't have to wear a mask, or we'll come back when a mask is mandated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
It's like, okay,
it's
well,
one or the other. I know.
yeah.
You can't win.
No.
no.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It's
You
like-
just pick it and go.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, you have to wear your mask when you're moving around the barn. When you're sitting having your popcorn, take your mask off,
Good.
and then when
Everybody
you're done,
seems to be
put it
okay
back
with
on.
that.
So
Right.
that's what we did.
There we go.
I suppose it's just people's comfort level. They'll get to the point where they go to a show, and then after that, it will will be like no big deal after
Yeah,
they go
yeah,
a time
right.
or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would just be nice to put it all in the past. But I don't think we're out of the woods yet with
Not
everything.
yet.
But hopefully, when we get ready to start next year, we will be. So
That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
yeah. I agree.
Now, you did a little bit more, Mick. Can't let you go. I mean, you did a little bit more than just write some jingles and stuff. I mean, you did quite a bit on the radio, yes?
Oh, yeah, most of my, adult career and, whatever's been in radio. I started in 1979.
Oh,
It
wow.
was interesting because I announced a halftime show for the high school band, and the radio station was broadcasting up there, and I, went up there and did my thing, and I'm halfway down the ladder, at the football games, the high school football games, and the guy goes, "Hey, have you ever thought about being in radio?" And I looked up at him, I said, "Well, no." He says, "Why don't you come to the station tomorrow night and make a tape?"
Oh,
And
wow.
so I
Wow.
went, it was all a scam because I went there and I wasn't making a tape. They actually had me on the air because the other guy was sick.
Oh, really?
So I had someone helping me there, but then I was hooked immediately. I thought, hey, this is cool, being on
yeah.
the radio.
Yeah, that would be
And so then from there, I worked at KTTT in Columbus, and I worked at 96 Kicks in Lincoln, and then KFOR, and then COVID hit, and then that's where my radio career ended. 'Cause it hit everywhere. They got rid of half the staff, and that's where it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed being in radio, and I still wish I could be back at it. But it is what it is. So
Well, there's always podcasting.
that's right.
There you
Yeah.
go.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to put these guys out of business, I suppose.
There you go.
There you go.
I don't think I can do that.
No.
No, it's a lot of fun, but yeah. Well, that sucks. 20 years, and then COVID. There it goes.
Yeah.
But surely don't you think that will change in the future?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, if I wanted to, I'm sure I could pursue radio in another town or something like that. But I'm kind of happy where I'm at with the
yeah,
family, and
yeah.
you kind of get settled into a situation, and been there, done that.
Fair enough.
So what was your favorite part about being a radio personality?
I'd have to say just meeting people, especially when I was at the country station, because
Okay.
you pretty much get to meet everybody that comes through town. Free tickets.
That's true.
To
They always
any
have
and
them
every
come by.
concert, and now it's
Yeah.
like, you want me to buy a ticket to that concert?
Oh, you got spoiled. Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
You really do.
Yes. I had a buddy who was a film projectionist for like 15 years. I didn't pay for a movie, all through high school, and then he was gone, and I'm like, oh God, what do you mean I gotta pay
Yeah.
to get in?
But that was, that along with probably, like we'd be on the radio every morning at 5:30 a.m. and
Okay.
and you'd be talking to each other, but you forget that there's other people listening. So a lot of people, strangers, would come up to you and start telling you stuff about your family, and it's like, oh,
Oh yeah, I guess
Yeah,
I
we
did
were
talk
talking
about
about
that.
Did I mention
yeah.
that?
But things like that, because it's just you get to be a family on the air.
Yeah.
And it when you gel together like that, everybody else feels like they know you too. So
That's neat.
That's
That's,
always kind of
neat.
a neat thing.
Wow, that's did the morning show and all that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is neat. Well, thank you for being on our podcast.
sure, glad to do it.
And I
Appreciate
apologize
it.
that I seem like I don't know. I'm not from here. I'm from
get to say that
Kansas
a lot.
City. So a lot of people are like, well, you don't know anything. No, I'm not from here.
Mick the Sidekick, wasn't that your
Yes.
handle?
Was it Mick the Sidekick?
Mick the
Yep.
Sidekick.
There we go.
Keith Carroll and Mick the Sidekick.
There we go.
Oh,
I remember a few of those days when you'd have us on to talk about the loft shows and things
Yep.
that I'd have to get up early in the morning and go be on the radio with
Oh, yes.
Mick the Sidekick.
That's right.
fun. Well, you could probably teach us a few things. So
I'm sure.
You're doing just fine.
Well, thank you for saying
thank
so.
you. Yes.
Well, guys, thank you very much for talking with us. I know it's late. It's after rehearsal, and you've been building sets and then doing rehearsal.
Yeah.
And so, thanks for staying out and
Fixing my table
talking
too.
to us. Yes,
My
and
table.
Kevin fixed our little table.
So nice of him.
it's the least I could do for you guys spending the time with us and putting us on. We appreciate that.
We're
No,
happy to
we
do
love
it.
it.
We like keeping the conversation about theater alive. I always
Yes, please.
hopefully envision people listening to us in their cars. They're going to work, or better yet, when they're going to see the production, or maybe when they're coming from the production that we're talking about specifically. I hope that happens.
Yeah.
Then
That's
they feel
right.
like they get to a little bit of a behind the scenes thing
Yep.
about it.
Well, and hopefully, Christmas at Leon's, you guys haven't done it in quite a while, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who haven't seen it, and there might be a lot of
Yeah.
folks who have never been down to the Loft, so
Please come.
it's a
Yes.
good twofer.
Please
It's a good
do.
twofer. This place is wonderful. It's and everybody says that when they come here. They all say that. Wow, I didn't know this place was so nice.
Or even just, I didn't know this place was here.
Yes, but they
Yeah.
always comment about how nice it is and how much they enjoyed it every single time.
Yeah.
It's one of the few theaters that you can eat popcorn in. Well, I don't know you're eating popcorn right now. You
Yes.
are? Okay.
Yes,
back
they
to
have
that.
concessions,
Okay.
and I love
I didn't know
that.
if you changed that for a little while.
No. Last year we did some. We couldn't offer a lot, but now we're back
Back
at
to
it.
concessions, yeah.
Popcorn. And if you come to Leon's, we're actually going to set tables up here on the diner so that if you get something at the concession stand, you can come and sit on the set and eat in the diner if you
Really?
want to. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
cool.
I think they're
During
having diner
intermission?
food. I think it's open face turkey sandwich or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Mashed potatoes and
That is awesome.
yeah, and a roll and stuff. So
Neat.
yeah, you can come and sit in the diner. And,
That is
and
tremendous.
have a meal
Before the show?
before the show. Yeah.
Awesome.
Love it.
That's great.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah. You can't do that at every theater.
Yes. Yeah, come on down to the Loft. Come see Christmas at Leon's. You will not regret it.
Yes. I
Thank you
agree.
guys, Kevin. Thank you, Mick, very much
Chris,
once
Sherry,
again.
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
you.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
You as well.
Thank you for listening and supporting the arts in the Platte River area and beyond. Please subscribe to our podcast so you are sure to catch all of our future episodes and join us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Music for this podcast was used with permission by Screaming Skull Productions. See you next time on the Platte River Bard.